What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys, it's a lot of strange activity. I'm over on location today, and there's all kind of people walking through the parking lot. This man was just arguing with somebody behind my car. I was trying to get it, but he moved before I could get it on tape. But it's a lot going on, so we never know, what happens when you do live work. Anyway, you guys, let's get to the stories. First up, Aelia Banks. Your girl found herself in some trouble at LAX just the other day. She was flying from New York to Los Angeles, arrived at 1 a.m. and baby girl was tired. She was ready to get off the plane and get home. She's getting off, and we have a French couple that's on vacation trying to get out of first class. They are getting their bags down and, really trying to get themselves arranged. And Azealia wanted to go around them. It's not really that much room in the aisles, and it only takes a couple of seconds for people to get themselves together. I mean, you can really just kind of sit there and wait, right? But then, it's late. She wants to get off the plane. Fine. She tries to go around him, and I'm imagining if she's trying to go around him with her bag and everything, she's probably bumping into him. I'm just assuming, you guys, that maybe it didn't work out that way. But whatever happened, the guy put his arm out like, no, bitch, you ain't going around us. You just gonna wait. Well, that didn't go over well. First of all, Azealia Banks does not like white folks. So she immediately had an attitude with the man. Started arguing with him like, get out of the damn way. I'm trying to get off the plane. Now, I might have the story a little twisted up because I'm trying to remember. Evidently, she and the guy she was trying to push around the guy. And when that happened, I believe they said that she lost her balance and she fell back onto the chair. Now a motherfucker is pissed because now you done made me look stupid, like you knocked me down, even though they say that she lost her balance. So then she just goes ballistic. She's going off on the French guy, the wife. The flight attendant walks up and was just like, hey, what's going on here? Just wait a minute, and she was just like, I'm getting the fuck up off this plane. Well, the flight attendant took her bag and was like, no, you're not going nowhere, calm down. And the girl kept on saying, just give me my bag, let go of my bag. He wouldn't let go of her bag. She called him a fucking faggot, and she was just like, let go of my bag. I'm ready to go. Let go of my bag. So it was this whole big struggle. Not really sure why he had her bag if she was trying to get off the plane. I guess they were going to detain her and maybe call the authorities or what have you. But at the point that the flight attendant came up, it looked like she was past the couple. So I'm not really sure why the flight attendant wouldn't let her go. Maybe it's protocol. When somebody is acting a fucking fool, you hold on to them. But you know what? They were already at their location. What were they going to do? It wasn't like they were going to put her off the flight. She was already there. So I didn't really understand why the flight attendant was trying to hold her. And of course, that made shit worse. Somebody pulled out their phone and got it all on tape. Well, they did finally let her go. She got off, she went down to baggage to claim her bags, and that's when the authorities caught up with her. But it looked like it was all for naught because the French couple decided that they did not want to press charges. They're on vacation. They don't want to be spending half of their vacation at the police station and giving statements and talking. And, they just wanted to start their little vacation the right way. So fuck it. The girl done went off. Ain't nobody hurt. It was a scene, but, we not going to worry about it. So Azealia Banks got off. But I don't talk about Azealia Banks often because I don't really understand her. She's a talented girl. I don't know. I feel like there's some issues there. I mean, like for real issues there. Like she needs help. She just always continuously gets in her own way. She says shit. She starts shit with everybody. Nobody really takes Azealia Banks seriously, and that's too bad because, like I said, I've heard a few of her songs that I actually really liked. So what else is there to say other than that's just another thing that Azealia Banks has done? Okay, after all of that commotion, she takes a picture on the plane that says, waiting for another bitch ass flight attendant to try me or something like that. She's kind of smirking at the camera. It's regular Azealia Banks fare. Somebody wanted me to give that story, and because the stories they ain't none of them really all that exciting, I thought I'd open with that. Y'all tell me what you think about Azealia. Are we giving her a pass because we kind of understand that the flight attendant kind of fanned the flames? Was she even more pissed because of the fact that she got knocked back and maybe was embarrassed and maybe felt like these motherfuckers just hit me when we, just like, what do you guys think about it? I'm kind of over Azealia Banks. Everything that she does to me is just, antics. So Child, folks been busy with these emails this week, haven't they? Got a couple of leaked emails that we need to talk about. First, Laura Govan and Gilbert Arenas, you guys. I do believe I will be retiring these two. It's just getting to the point where it's just ridiculous, and we just watching their whole life play out in the damn blogs, and they both kind of stupid, and you know, just like whatever. But in this latest little stunt, an email leaked of a long ass email that evidently Laura Govan sent to her baby daddy, her ex-fiance, Gilbert Arenas. And the whole long thing talks about all the shit that he's done to her, how she's never cheated, you know, even those whack shack email rumors that were going around, and she's always been there, she's a good mom, and you always doing this, and you slept with my family, and blah 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 blah. I think the letter ended up on I think it was on B. Scott's blog. So after that came out, you know, and it was all over the blogs, then Gilbert responded like he normally does. And he just says, bitch, I don't give a fuck about all that you just said. You best be getting you a U-Haul truck and figuring out how you going to be getting around, what your mode of transportation is going to be. Because like I said, you got 60 days to get out the damn house and either get the car, put in your name, and you can pay for it, or you give me that back as well. Okay, Gilbert is just like, all of that is lies. This is not the email that you sent me. I already know that you tried to shop around this email to a couple of other blogs, didn't pick it up. I think he mentioned Baller Alert, and with each time she sent the email to different blogs, it was more and more added, you know, to the point where it was so salacious that they had to add it, you know, onto their blogs, and that's why B. Scott picked it up. That's what he is saying. What it boils down to is both of them probably fucked up. You know, both of them have done their shit. They've been together a long time. They have a lot of water under the bridge. You know, everybody's bitter now. But they have drama like this all the time. We used to Gilbert and Laura going through this kind of shit. So that's why I think it's about time to retire them formally. I do get a kick out of it because I don't care what anybody says. I still think there's something wrong with them Govan sisters, both Laura and Gloria. But, you know, I'm not going to keep on putting all the blame on her. I mean, motherfuckers is both crazy. Gilbert got some shit with him. We know that. So, yeah, you know, what's really sad is in the future, the kids will be able to see all this. People don't really understand because we haven't gotten to the next generation of when these kids grow up to, you know, internet. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Bitch had some coffee this morning, so just bear with me. The kids nowadays only know the internet. So, of course, when they get older, they'll be able to see all this stuff. Nobody really realizes the power of the internet and the foreverness of the internet. Okay, I think we know it now, but you know, like there was no internet when I was younger, so it was like, you know, they didn't have, which is like, I sound so old when I say shit like that. Did I tell you guys about when my kids was at my job one day? We was walking through the office, and there was a typewriter, and the kids were like, what is that? They didn't even know what a damn typewriter was, you guys. That is just so crazy to me. So, yeah, you know, I don't know what they had. They ain't had shit to do. Well, does that have something to do with the story? Well, it does have something to do with the story, and where I'm saying that the internet is going to be so readily available for the kids. They're going to be able to see all the shit that their mom and dad have said and done, and just be like, wow, my parents is fucked up. We don't want to have fucked up memories of our parents, okay? So I want Laura and Gilbert to fucking get off of the internet. Laura, you get $20,000 damn dollars. Go do something with the money. She said that she has her money. She saved it up from her career. Like, I don't know what Laura does, but whatever Laura does, I hope she is saving her money. I mean, $20,000 is enough to pay for a nice home and a car in Los Angeles. Okay, maybe not where she's used to being, but you definitely could live off of fucking $20,000 a month, okay? So I can't, you know, I'm just sick of them. I'm tired of them. Every time, you know, you see something, they're just both bitches. That's all it is. Shit. And then, you guys, the second leaked email that we must talk about is the email from KMichelle&Idris Elba. Not really all that exciting. Who really cares? But you know what? It was still a good read. Okay, so it looks like Miss K. Michelle got, you know, sat down with her Jack Daniels and her computer, and she decided to email Mr. Idris Elba. And I guess it was sort of like like her, I'm coming clean, I'm cleansing myself of you, plus I'm also letting you know that I really do kind of still want to fuck you. She basically is just saying, like, I forgive you for the shit that happened, you know, I gotta get you out of my system, but I miss you putting your face in the place, I miss you inside of me, blah 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 blah. I'm sorry that I caused problems for you and your family, but it didn't seem like you was all that concerned about your family. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you know, I hope you're okay. You know how we do, women, when we kind of want to open the door back up, but we got to make it seem like we so fucking strong and we done moved on. But if you moved on, you wouldn't even have to send them that. Okay, people kill me with closure. Okay, I need closure. What is closure? You don't need closure, because the closure was when the motherfucker stopped talking to you. So now you want to talk to him again just so you can see if a little bit of inkling, if it's a little bit of, if you can just get your fingers through that little opening and press open that shit back up, and now next thing you know, you right back involved with people. Y'all stop it with this closure shit. KMichelle said she needed the closure, I guess. As a result, Idris leaked that email. I know he leaked the email. Like, how else would it get out? It doesn't make her look all that good. I mean, it's not a bad email, but it's, you know, it was her private thoughts or whatever, and the nigga put the shit out. And it's just like, girl, that's right there to let you know that he don't respect you. He did not think of you as what you thought you guys had. Okay, he was working on your you know, that long video movie that she did. He was a director, and while they were together and he saw the big ass and, you know, how free spirited and open she is, and he fucked her a whole bunch of times, she thought it was something else. I mean, I'm sorry, you know, it's fucked up that men do that, but baby, that's what they do. So it's like, quit trying to make this seem like it's way more than it is. I don't know what's going on with KMichelle. I like KMichelle. I think she's talented as well. I had to stop following KMichelle when she pulled that whole antic of running through the office with no clothes on. Something is going on with KMichelle. Cannot put my finger on it either, but it just seems like maybe it is a free spirit thing, but she just seems to change with the wind all the time. The only thing that's constant with KMichelle is her music. I'm not saying that you know, that's a bad thing, but it's just like, and you never really, like, I don't like people that just change all the time. I don't understand people that change all the time. She'll be with the rock star, and now she white people, and now she's a country singer, and then she do alternative music, and now she gonna be with the rappers, and now yeah, just entirely too much. If she's just living her life, then live your life, okay? But all these big declarations on Instagram and Twitter and having to, you know, tell us how you feel all the time, put it in your music. Just put it in your music. Yeah, but these leaked emails, you guys, they something else. I think it's terrible that people now decide to put emails out that's supposed to be, you know, personal between two people, but that's it. So yeah, that's it for the leaked emails, y'all. Guys, how many of you guys saw Tisha Campbell's video of the song Still Here? Look, I was gonna go on and on about this video, and then I found out exactly what was the reason for her to make this song, and then I was just like, okay, Roxanne, just back up a little bit. Because my initial thought was, why the fuck is she doing a song? I mean, we don't really care. Nobody wants to hear Tisha Campbell singing. That was back in the 90s, and she missed that bus, okay? Back when School Days, and she was really trying to get into singing. In case she's the one who fucked up the whole Martin television show, okay, all that drama that she had because she wanted to make an album. They wouldn't let her out of her contract, so then she brought up this shit about him being sexually harassing her, and it fucked up you guys know all that story, right? Okay, so yeah, I like Tisha Campbell as an actress. I think she's a good actress. I think she's funny, but you know, I ain't never got over how that fucked up that thing just messed up the whole Martin vibe, okay? And I know Martin had some shit with him too, you guys. So we ain't gonna blame it all on Tisha. But yeah, Tisha, I believe, was the beginning of the end for that show. But I won't say all of that. You like how I slid that shit in, but I'm taking it back because they said that Tisha Campbell evidently was raped when she was 3 years old. She's held that all in. I don't even know if she remembered it all. I mean, how much do we remember of us being 3? I mean, I can remember certain small things about my grandmother when I was 3 years old, 4 years old, when I used to go to my grandmother's house. But I guess maybe something as traumatic as being raped, maybe that's something that you would remember. But whatever, she had been dealing with that on her own privately. We didn't know nothing about it. And then I guess the man who actually raped her wrote her a letter apologizing and telling her, you know, that he'd been carrying this weight for 40 something years and how bad he feels and how he's sorry, and, you know, he really apologized. And evidently that was something that brought up a lot of memories for her and made her feel like, you know what, I have been through a lot and I am strong, I've been successful, I am still here. And that's how we get the name of the song, STEEL, as in tough and hard as steel. So since that is the reason for the song, I will say that, you know what, kudos, and whatever it is that you have to do to make you feel better and make you deal with things and, you know, get some. Now that, I guess, is her closure. Ain't big on the word, but I understand. I understand. The video, you know, people were talking about it, you know, comparing it to, I mean, I immediately got the same Beyonce imagery in my head when I was watching her video. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. But did you guys see the video? You know, face, everything. I mean, okay, let me not say it, y'all. Y'all know what I want to say, but I'm not gonna say it because this is a good thing for her. We ain't gonna rain on her parade. So how many of you guys saw your girl get real gully with some motherfucker on her stage the other day, you guys? Patti LaBelle. She don't play that shit. This is one of your old school divas. And Patti was performing in Vancouver. I think they said at the Hard Rock Casino. And you know how it is. You be singing. You be getting into the groove. Everybody is enjoying themselves. Okay, you want to keep the rapport with your audience, so you invite a couple of people up on stage, you know, so that they can dance and everybody can laugh and we can have a good time and all of that. Okay, well, Patti, she brought one young man up there and evidently he didn't know what kind of fucking party it was. Okay, so she's singing her song and he starts to dance and act like he's gonna strip, so he starts to unbutton his shirt. Well, of course, he's got the audience all excited, but honey, Patti wasn't going for that. And not because the nigga was about to get naked, but because he was about to upstage her ass. Bitch, you ain't gonna do it today. So Patti was just like, wait a minute now. You are not fixing to do that. I don't know who the hell you think I am, but I am not Nikki or Miley. Okay, and while she was fussing at him, he turns around and kind of starts acting like he's gonna pull his pants down. And she was just like, oh, no, you don't. Okay, get off my goddamn stage. You know, she wanted to say damn. Oh my God, all people are so fucking funny because they don't like to curse. They curse at home, okay, but they don't like to curse in, you know, out in public for people, you know, so they get real, you know, nervous. Because even my dad will say something. He don't really curse. My parents were not cursers. They never ever cursed in front of us, or they didn't really curse at all. But every now and then when I'm talking to my dad now, you know, he'll be like, not told that damn, excuse me. He always got to say excuse me after he say it. I'll be like, Dad, it's okay. You know, my dad don't watch these videos because if he did, he'd know his daughter knows quite a bit of other words than just damn. So, but anyway, she was just like, get off my darn stage. You ain't gonna do that. Take him out of here. Throw him out. How dare he? You know, she was very, very appalled. But like I said, I think that had more to do with Patti was like, bitch, you ain't fixing to get up here and take all your damn clothes off. I'm singing my ass off, Lady Marmalading them to death, and you try to steal my shine. She got him thrown out, and then of course afterwards she had to apologize. She said the devil was busy. She's not normally taken out like that. You know, she usually lets the Holy Spirit come in and guide and what have you. Whatever works for you, Patti. Okay, but look, Patti has always been about it. Y'all remember when Patti got into it with her neighbor? Okay, in the baby carriage or some shit, and, you know, she fucked everybody up in the hallway of her apartment building. I don't really remember the story, but yeah, Patti, you know, Patti looked like she got them hands. She was like, motherfucker can get it. Everybody can get these hands if they need to. So, yeah, poor Patti. Okay, she had to go on and throw Brother Man out, but you know what? You went on without a hitch. The rest of the show was fine, but Patti said, nigga, I bet you won't do that shit on my stage again. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of Lee Daniels, not really about Empire. I'm going to be reviewing Empire along with Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder tomorrow on Black Girls on Television. That's my segment that I do for those 3 shows. I'm dropping the fuck out of Being Mary Jane. I can't do it. I don't even know when that show comes back on. But yeah, I won't be reviewing that. Okay, so yeah, that's why we didn't talk about Empire on this video. But let's talk about Lee Daniels and his impending legal issues. They're saying that Sean Penn is suing him to the tune of $10 million. Y'all, in these frivolous ass lawsuits, I promise you. But he's saying for defamation of character. This is the whole thing. Evidently, you know, Sean Penn used to be a bitch back in the day, okay? The motherfucker was beating women. His very famous relationship, marriage with Madonna, we knew that he was beating her up, and eventually they divorced, okay? Now, I didn't remember the particulars on what happened with him and Madonna, but when I was reading the story, evidently they said that Sean Penn had tied the bitch up for a couple of days, a week, or some shit like that, and was like abusing her, wouldn't let her go, and when he finally let her go, that's when she went to the police and they arrested him, and then she decided she wasn't going to press charges, I'm assuming because that is the father of her kid, and instead they just got a divorce, and maybe she was just like, just leave me the hell alone, okay? But yeah, I was just like, well, ain't this about some shit? I didn't remember about the motherfucker tying her up. I mean, like, what the hell? Why do you tie up somebody? I mean, if you gonna tie him up, you might as well kill him, because what you think is gonna happen as soon as you let him go? Yeah, I was just like, yeah, he was definitely crazy. So now, fast forward, we all old. We don't fuck around like that no more. You know, Sean Penn and got in good movies and Oscar acclaim, and you know, I think him and Charlize Theron are not together anymore, but him and Charlize were together, and you know, all good things, even though he is just so not attractive to me. I've never thought he was attractive, but you know, he had that cute kind of charm. He was kind of goofy, you know, big nose or whatever. Now he just looks like the fucking Marlboro Man. He's just so, like, you know, like weathered, tough skin, and you know, he just looked like he done been through some shit. But, you know, now Sean done calmed down. You know, he don't need you to be bringing up the shit that he did back in the past. Now, Lee Daniels is in an interview, and he's talking to somebody, and they ask him about Terrence Howard's recent, you know, domestic abuse case, and the fact that he admitted that he had beat up his first wife, and I've heard him beating up quite a few other women too, but that's neither here nor there. When they asked Lee Daniels about Terrence Howard, Lee Daniels kind of minimalized it and was just like, it's no different than Marlon Brando or Sean Penn, you know, beating up they women, and they've been able to go on with no problem, so why can't Terrence? Now, my first problem with that is, you know, Lee Daniels, while I understood what he was trying to say, I mean, you know, we can't justify this shit, okay? It was fucked up when Marlon Brando did it, it was fucked up when Sean Penn did it, and it's fucked up when Terrence Howard did it. Okay, we can't, I mean, you know, we can't just be like, oh, well, they over there, they was fucking her up too. Ain't nobody saying shit about them. Like, it's wrong. So that wasn't the best way to put it. What he should have said was, well, you know what, we all make mistakes. I don't beat on my women or nothing like that. Well, Lee Daniels don't even like women, but I don't beat on women, but I just would like to believe that he's a changed person, or he's dealing with his issues, or maybe he's getting some help, whatever. Don't get up there and say, well, it's no different when other motherfuckers beating up somebody, you know what I mean? So that was my first problem with it, but I understood what he was saying. It is no different, but it is different because they're white, Terrence Howard is black, even though I don't know if the black people is really ready to claim Terrence Howard either, okay? He did some shit in the past. I mean, he don't marry black girls, you know, so now we be kind of looking at Terrence like, you know, nigga might be on his own. We might have to O.J. Simpson here. But it is like, what we would like to see is if everybody gets persecuted the same way for the same shit that they do. Even though Terrence Howard ain't tied a motherfucker up for no week or some shit like that. But you know, I'm just saying, like, everybody should be held accountable. Now, Terrence Howard is doing fine, okay? All of his legal problems that he's had, he's been able to escape them. He's been able to get good roles. He's still, you know, he's on the #1 show right now. And he's been in a whole bunch of movies, and you know, we still like to see Terrence Howard because he plays the asshole very well. He's a good actor, so people have given him passes, but you know, that's something that he's gonna have to just deal with. I mean, we're not gonna just let it slide that you done beat the bitch ass and you know, ain't nobody saying nothing. So Lee Daniels, yeah, I mean, but you know, Sean Penn on the other hand is tripping because, well, I mean, what are you suing for? The shit happened. You went to jail, you know, all of that stuff is documented and all of that. It's not like he was lying on you. I guess you're upset because we had been forgot about it. And now that Lee Daniels has brought it up, now we remembering, oh yeah, that nigga was crazy. crazy. I guess that's what Sean Penn's problem is, and I get that too, but oh well. Okay, oh the fuck well, you did it. So, you know, I don't know how far he's gonna get on this case, or maybe he was hoping them, you know, they give this wild, outrageous number, and then maybe the lawyers can get together and try to settle out of court for some amount. You know, Sean Penn don't need the money. Lee Daniels has the money. So, I mean, you know, they gonna figure it out. But, shit. I feel like him doing this lawsuit brought even more attention to it, because I hadn't read the story about, Sean, you know, what Lee Daniels said about Sean Penn. I can't get my words together. I didn't remember. I still can't say it. I did not read the article, but it wasn't until the lawsuit came out that I remembered, and then I read up on the shit that Sean Penn did. So he actually brought more attention to it to me than Lee Daniels did. So that's it. Sean Penn said, nigga, I bet you ain't gonna be on no damn interview talking about me. You guys asked me to talk about Tamar Braxton on Dancing with the Stars. I haven't really been watching it. I've seen clips of Tamar Braxton. I don't know who's still on there, who's not. I understand Kim Zolciak must be off and good, because that child, I mean, I just be trying to figure out how you don't have no rhythm. It is so amazing to me that people don't have rhythm. I'm still, you know, the jury's still out on my kids, and when they be dancing, I be like, you guys ain't my babies. Where the fuck y'all? Yo, my husband ain't the best dancer either. He would tell you that. So maybe they got that gene, because honey, Roxanne be cutting the rug, bitch. I think they said Shaka Khan is off, which is, I was surprised. I thought, but you know, Shaka done got older. Maybe she ain't as light on her feet as she used to be. And I think Kim Zolciak is off. Okay. Oh, y'all, Paula Deen is still on there? I need to be watching just to see Sister Paula Deen, y'all. Y'all know she was in that rehearsal. They was like, okay, we gonna teach you how to do the whip. Okay, it's like, watch me whip. And she probably was just like, oh, is that how y'all do the whip? Okay, because Big Daddy told me that it's more effective like this. You do the whip like this, right? Jim Bob, tell one of them niggas to come out here so I can show him how to do the new whip. Oh, shit. Okay, you guys. Is Paula still on the show, you guys? I don't even know how long the damn show been on, but, Tamar. I knew Tamar was gonna do well. Okay, you could just look at some people and know how well they're gonna do. If she doesn't win the whole thing, she is gonna go very, very far. And a lot of times you can tell by who they pair you up with that they expect you to be either, you know, go very far or win. And it's just a few of those people in there. But like I said, I haven't really been watching the show because I don't watch Dancing with the Stars. That's like, I don't, ballroom dancing is not my thing. But you know what? Hats off to Tamar, because the clips that I have seen of her doing, you know, what she's doing, she is doing a great job. And maybe this is a good look for Tamar. And maybe we can get her to be so fucking busy that she will shut up and get off of Instagram. She ain't got time to do all of that. She's in practice all day. She's doing her show, The Real. I don't know if they're still taping for any of her reality shows, but she got a lot of shit going on. She's busy. Got this new album coming out, you know, the new song. I haven't heard the song, but you know, according to Wes, okay, that it is the bomb. This Aliens, what the fuck is it called? Aliens and what is it? You know, it's about the demons and angels, child. So, you know, good for Tamar. Hopefully this is a good look for her. I mean, we be trying to really, really like Tamar. We be trying, y'all. And then she fuck it up for us. So maybe because she gonna be so busy, we gonna be done forgot about all her other shit that's going on, and we'll just be, you know, we'll be a Tamar Braxton fan. So hopefully she goes very, very far. Good luck to you, Miss Tamar. Okay, from the dollar sushi menu, can I just have one order of the California roll?
Okay, $1 California roll.
One order of the spicy tuna roll.
Uh-huh.
And then can I have an edamame and a miso soup?
Okay, one California roll, one spicy tuna roll, one edamame, one miso soup. 15 minutes, okay?
Okay. How much is it?
$8.45.
Okay, great. Thank you. Oh, damn. That wasn't my regular girl, you guys. Because I was just like, bitch, you ain't told me how much it is. And then she didn't say bye. Okay. I'm going to have a talk with them. I think that was the owner. The owner is a nice lady, too. But she a little bit more standoffish than the rest of them. Anyway, you guys, let's get on to the rest of this damn video so I can go get my food. Lastly, breakups, engagements, and marriages, you guys. Let's first on the list of breakups, Erica and Bow Wow. They didn't make it, y'all. I don't know about you, but I did not expect them to make it. I actually was very surprised that that relationship lasted as long as it did. Only because I think Bow Wow is whack. I don't say that often about people, do I? But I think Bow Wow is whack. I kind of think Erica is a little whack too. I like Erica more than I like Bow Wow, but you know, them together, they were just two whack people. Just one big whack couple. And evidently the breakup came because Erica, I guess Bow Wow had gotten her pregnant 5-6 months ago, and she had a miscarriage, and they handled that in private evidently, but now she's decided to come out and speak about it. And Bow Wow was upset. He thought that it was attention getting, that, you know, she would do it in public, that was a private thing, which I can understand. That is private, you know, but you know, sometimes women want to talk about these things. Like, I'm not going to get into why she did and didn't do it. I'm just telling you that was the problem that Bow Wow had. He felt like that was something that she didn't need to discuss. And yeah, I mean, you know, when you are with somebody and you have a miscarriage, if you're actively with that person, maybe you would want to take into consideration that was something that they didn't want everybody else to know about. But ultimately, we as women, it's our bodies, it's our baby, okay? It's a part of us that we've lost, and if we want to talk about it, then that's what we will do. So, yeah, they broke up. I don't know if that's the reason, but shortly after that happened, then, you know, we got the news that they weren't together anymore. The engagement is off. And now it's pictures surfacing of Bow Wow out in public with his baby mama, and he, you know, he another one that always got to give this long speech about what he going through. Now he's saying that, you know, the mama is a great woman and she's a great mother, and you know, he's hoping that them two can co-parent, and you know, they can be there for each other and be there for their child. You know, very different from what he was just saying a few weeks ago about her, how horrible she was. Both him and Erica was doing different little memes and Instagram posts and shit about how fucked up the baby mama is, okay? But you know what happens? Perspective changes, and then so does opinions, okay? So that's why I'm just like, you know, he's whack. I mean, just go act and do whatever and make your money, and he's just like, ugh. So that is on the breakup, but let's move on to the engagements, you guys. First, Rick Ross and I guess Instagram sensation Lyra Galore. I don't really know who she is. I don't know if she was a stripper. I'm not trying to be shady. I mean, she may not have been a stripper. All I know is she's a pretty girl that's on Instagram, big butt, little tiny waist, you know, big hair, all of that. I think she might have been a stripper back in the day, and she and Rick Ross have been together. It hasn't even been, I don't even think it's been a year. It hasn't been, because he was dating the Ming chick from Snob Life for a while, and then right around Super Bowl time they broke up. and I shouldn't even remember this, you guys. See, that's doing these top of the blogs. I got so much just information of just useless shit locked up in my head, okay? But I can remember that they broke up right around Grammy time. She didn't go to the Grammys with him, but she was at the Super Bowl, which was the week before. Okay, that's all in the memory bank, and it don't do nobody no good, but I can put that in the story. But anyway, they broke up, and then shortly after that, he was with this Lyra girl. It looked like it was getting more and more serious. They were together, they're traveling. I mean, but you can't really tell with these rappers. Isn't that what they do with all they women? But he was in jail, she was still at his house, and now it looks like they have gotten engaged. She posted a picture of her finger with her ring. I'm still trying to figure out the ring situation, because she had her wedding band on as well. I was just like, oh, so you got married? You wearing the whole set? Because it was clearly two bands. Okay, so I was just like, did they sneak off and get married, or is this just some bullshit? Are they really engaged? You know, you can't really tell. It's like, you just can't tell. Her mom was very proud, you know, and the mom puts out this whole long Instagram or a tweet talking about, you know, how she's so proud of her daughter, and when people was just like, you know, you should feel bad that your daughter is with somebody and he's fucking all these other girls, and the mama was just like, nigga, you didn't think we knew that? He can fuck whoever he want to fuck out there, as long as he come home to my daughter. I was just like, oh, okay, well, that's a little bit different. These new motherfucking mamas is just like, bitch, as long as my daughter is paid, he can go fuck whoever he want to. That's not what she said, but that was pretty much what she said. And then when people started calling her on that, then she kind of changed it up and was, you know, trying to say how her daughter has done all this and yada yada yada. But that's what it boils down to. I've always say it, and I'll say it again. When you be with these entertainers and these ballers, and they right in the hype of their careers, and everybody wants them, everybody's throwing themselves at them, I mean, you can't believe that they not fucking everybody. You have to get an arrangement, or you have to just get it in your mind that you're gonna turn the blind's eye to all the fuck shit that your man is doing. And that's even in reverse for women, even though it's not as prevalent. But I'm sure even these female celebrities, they get their they get their fair share of groupies as well. So yeah, they say that Rick Ross, the boss, and Lyra Galore are engaged. Congratulations to them. And then we have another engagement, you guys. Moniece Slaughter and your boy Rich Dollaz. They say that they're engaged. I haven't seen a picture of a ring, but you know, she posted out saying that, you know, they were together and then she got her ring. And what you bitches got to say now? Okay, while you guys sitting over there, you know, sitting up under your man, and that nigga won't even take you to McDonald's, I got my ring. We ain't seen the picture. But we don't have to. If that's private, you want to keep it, that's fine. But we still don't have 100% proof. And even if it's a ring, that don't mean nothing either. Remember Kenya from Real Housewives of Atlanta had a ring up one time? Bitch still single. That's what Moniece says. Richie Dollaz hasn't come out and said that it's not true. So I guess that's what we're going to go by. I'm happy for Moniece. Moniece is a little off, but she seems a lot more settled this season. And even as much as people keep talking about them two being together in House, a weird couple, I think actually they look nice together. And I think that they look happy together. Y'all know me. I want what? A motherfucker to be in love. Okay, so, I mean, I was cool with it. They look good to me. So, congratulations to Moniece and Rich Dollaz. Hopefully, this one will stick. And then in the marriage category, this is still allegedly, but they're saying that Usher and his longtime girlfriend manager Grace have tied the knot. They're saying that they've been married since Memorial Day, so back sometime around May. So they done pulled the wool over y'all eyes. Y'all didn't know that they got married. I guess Usher didn't want to have all the fanfare that he had with his first marriage, and you guys remember how all that went. They were supposed to get married, and then one of my friends was actually at the wedding, the first one that they were supposed to have, and then he called it off at the last minute, so then everybody was just like, oh, I guess this is a vacation. Shit. Then they went and got married in private, and then they had a big reception, and everybody was just like, what the fuck is going on? It was just crazy, right? Well, I guess he didn't want all that this time. So now, this time around, he has decided that he's just going to have something private, allegedly. Him and his girl, maybe a few people in his family. I bet you that mama was there though. Miss Jonetta was like, baby, I'm gonna be there. This is my baby. Isn't that her name? Jonetta? Jonette. I think it's Jonetta. Anyway, yeah, that's what they're saying. Usher and Grace, if it's true, they've been married May, June, July, August, September. Almost 5 months. Okay, congratulations to the happy couple. Hairstylist cut my hair a little bit, the red. I was like, oh, you done got rid of some of my personality, but I guess I'm all right with it. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.